Well, good morning, adventurers, from another beautiful sunny day here in Arkansas.
Good morning. I'm back here too.
He's here. So if you've been following along with the road trip, you know that we left Texas a few weeks ago, made our way up through Oklahoma, and are currently in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And we have been living full-time in our RV Clementine, and it has been an absolute delight. But she is rather small. Maybe one of the tiniest homes you could possibly live in. So today we decided to upgrade just a little bit. Believe it or not, just about a mile up this road, there's a freaking castle. I know, a castle in Arkansas. We had no clue they existed here either. So we're gonna go from a space that might be too small for two people to a space that is way too large for two people. But I think we'll manage.
We'll see you there.
Oh wow! Oh my word, that is huge! Okay.
It really feels like a castle. Holy cow. I don't know what I was expecting.
I guess I knew that the outside was gonna be castle-like, but I didn't quite realize that the inside would be as well. We have so much stuff in the RV, and this is all I brought to stay in a castle. I feel like I should have brought suitcases and stuff.
I don't know what the heck we're gonna do with all this space. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, we're just gonna run laps, because we can't ever do that. It'll just run forever.
Welcome to Stonehaven. This is a legit castle, you guys. I really thought it was gonna be more of just a big house, but it actually feels like a castle when you walk inside of this thing, and obviously it looks like a castle from the outside, mainly because it has this huge tower. We had no idea that you could actually go to the top of it. If there's ever a zombie apocalypse, this is the place to go. I guess the secret's out now, but can you imagine how well you can defend this place? I just need to work on my archery skills. Is that how you do it? I don't know.
First step, learn how to do archery.
Learn whether or not you're left or right-handed, I guess.
We're gonna give you guys a proper tour of the house in just a little bit, but we just got so excited about the keep that we wanted to come up here. It is 100% stone. It feels so legit, like a real keep. I feel like a princess with my long hair.
You just need much longer hair.
Dress. So the way you get up here is through the spiral staircase and then the final straight ladder up through this nifty little hatch. All right, but it's getting a little too hot up here, so I'm gonna go back down.
Kind of a tight squeeze. See y'all on the inside. Whoa, jeez. Bye.
This is the top floor before you get to the top of the keep. It's kind of nice and simple up here. Then as you make your way down, the rooms get more and more entertaining. The next level down is the game room / art gallery. They have tons of board games here. They've got a really classy chess set, but they have so many paintings and sculptures on this floor and actually all throughout the house. Like this horse monster, maybe, and this fine piece of wood and these mushroom flower things. Maybe I should work in a gallery. I think I describe art very well.
You're selling me. How much for this piece?
$5,000, obviously.
Never mind. This place is very sturdy and well constructed. You can see these thick beams and all this just exposed wood that they have that makes up the different floors of the tower. The stairs are just kind of like floating stairs, so they come straight out from the wall, but then they have some of this ornate woodwork going around each stair. It's very, very magical. Hear ye, all you loyal subjects. Tonight, we will dine. We will have a feast fit for a king.
All right, babe, that's quite enough.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, jeez.
We will have a feast. Start making the feast.
Oh, me? I have to make the feast?
Yeah, it's a feast of pheasants made by peasants.
And then down on the first floor is the big dining area where the knights and the lords and the ladies would sit around and make laws and sentence people to horrible things. They were really mean back then, what can I say? But isn't this table so awesome? If you had all of your friends or your family here, everyone would fit.
Yeah. And it's a round table, you know? It makes perfect sense.
That's why they did it. I get it now. And of course, they have even more artwork down here. This one is by a renowned artist, Eliana Casper. She's 2. So, also $5,000.
This is the star of the castle. It is the living chambers. Check this out. Is this crazy or what? When you walk in and you see this open up, it is truly magical. You see how they've kind of like built the house around the tower, then they have all this exposed timber up at the top. First thing you notice when you walk in is there's this balcony that wraps around the tower, so you can just kind of chill up there and look over your subjects. But then down here, they have this awesome little living space. So tons of comfortable couches. They have a giant TV just like they had in the Middle Ages. They have this gigantic stone fireplace with this wooden mantle, and then above it, they just have this giant stuffed bird perched over everybody. I just love how it sounds when I walk around here. Just like a nice wooden thud. Speaking to the floors, it is all really strong wood, and you can see that it's just been like weathered over the years. So it actually gives it a really authentic look rather than just being like perfectly pristine. In this corner of the living space, they have a big open kitchen with this huge island with bar stools so you can sit and chill, tons of counter space. And I love all of the cabinetry, just all the real wood look that they have throughout this whole place. And also it is very, very well stocked.
We're really digging the tables in this house, that big, huge round one in there, and then this beauty out here. It looks like it was nailed together. It feels so old and so rustic. This is making me want to build more things.
Yes. Now we just have to build a castle.
We just have to build a castle.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Definitely not there yet.
But how cool to build something with just like hammer and nails. That would be fun.
This desk is another really cool old piece. Very, very heavy and sturdy. But one thing I love is they have all these awesome books just strewn about the place. Appropriately abandoned castles. My plan later today is to sit here, pour some whiskey, sip it, and look at every single castle in this book. I really have a thing for castles, you guys, especially old destroyed ones. They just have so much history. I'll tell you what's cool about castles. At one point, they cost so much. They're such an undertaking, so hard to build, and then eventually they almost always go into complete disrepair. It's just crazy that something can be so valuable and so expensive in such a project and then just be completely forgotten.
Believe it or not, before this was an Airbnb, it was actually a family home that a stone worker built for his family. So you will see cool stone etchings like this and sculptures all over the property that he incorporated into the build. Could you imagine if your dad was like, hey, you guys, I'm gonna build us a family home and it's gonna be a castle in the middle of the woods and it's gonna be the most epic thing ever. So this side of the house is the fun, chill, hangout area, and then on this other side is the living quarters. So a bunch of bedrooms on this floor and up the stairs. There's one bedroom on the first floor, and that is this big beauty. It's got this huge open floor plan in here, and we love that it's just mostly the wood floors in here. There's not too many things other than this big, epic, awesome bench over here.
Basically wood for days, which you guys know we love.
But this room is very cool because it goes out onto the balcony here, so you get tons of fresh yeah, dang.
Fresh light?
Yep, fresh light. I don't know. But we will go out there and show you guys the outside living space in just a little bit. We've got more rooms to explore. Directly up the stairs is this enormous kids' room. Y'all, how fun is this? They got bunk beds, they got the biggest beanbag chairs I've ever seen in my life, and then just this whole fun area for the kiddos to just go wild. You can shut the door, maybe go have a drink in the keep, I don't know.
This might be the most comfortable beanbag I've ever laid my butt on.
These things are like as big as our RV.
Yeah.
If you put these in there, there'd be no more room.
I could actually sleep.
That's not a lie. He can sleep anywhere, any time of the day.
I'm trying to figure out what the heck this is. I think it's some kind of like hatch. Check it out. Whoa, this is so heavy. Holy cow. I don't really know what the point of it is, but it's very real. Well, I figured out what it's for. It's for exactly what I'm doing right now. There's also a giant spider web on my face right now.
Oh, geez.
There isn't actually a spider on me, is there?
No. There's a second bedroom up here, and it has a much different vibe from the other rooms. It's really dark and red, but it's got a lot of really cool furniture in it. And then we have the third bedroom up here, which I think is probably where we will stay tonight. But as you can see,
Almost had it.
dang, I'm really messing it up today. The ceilings are huge in here. It has those really nice beams running across the ceiling. Still has tons of windows for all of that fresh light coming in. It even has a couple little stained glass windows up top that give it a real medieval vibe.
This is really neat over here. It's just a big door with mirrors in it. I really like how it's just kind of placed over there. That's it. That's the only decoration in this room.
I feel like they kept it really classy in the castle. There's not too much furniture. It's not too gaudy or anything like that. It's just really nice big statement pieces everywhere. Surprisingly, the bathrooms in here have been a little lackluster, but in this bathroom in particular, this is pretty cool. It's got this huge jacuzzi tub. Tons of stonework in here, some cheeky artwork, but it's still kind of petite. I guess I thought maybe they would have castle-sized bathrooms, but probably they didn't even have bathrooms in castles back in the day, right? It was probably just some chute, some hole in the ground.
The poop chute.
The poop chute.
So I think we're gonna head back into town just for a second, grab some food for tonight. I think we're gonna grill.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, as usual. When we get back, we wanted to show you guys the outside because it is super magical. They have all sorts of awesome features out here. Plus they have a ton of acreage here. So they actually have hiking trails.
Yeah, I think there's over 50 acres on this property.
Stonehaven is actually just down the road from another cool place that we stayed last time we were in the area. This little train car caboose right here at Livingston Junction. But if you didn't catch that one, we'll link to it in the description below and on the screen. It's super cool. It's this old train car that they renovated on the inside and made it a little Airbnb. I think the one that we stayed in was cowboy themed. But if you're wanting a little bit more space, stick with Stonehaven.
Dinner has been acquired. Lots and lots of fresh veggies, a little butt rub, and then...
Well, that's what I'm gonna give you later.
Ooh wee! A butt rub in a castle, wow!
We actually just got some pork ribs that we've never really cooked before, especially not on a grill. So we're gonna put a little rub on it. It seems like what you would eat when you're at a castle, right?
Yeah, pork ribs. Yeah.
You lost it.
Pork ribs and butt rubs. I don't know.
Man, our little pork ribs are looking really good, y'all. We've just never really done it before, so we're kind of experimenting, but they're still gonna taste good, obviously. So the entire back part of the castle is wrapped with this awesome deck. It's the ultimate party chill space. Obviously, they have tons of seating. They've got really cool lighting. You've got forest views all around, and of course, the grill. So we've just been sitting out here, chilling, bumping some tunes, cooking, and we're just so secluded here. We really feel like this is our kingdom, or queendom. But it's a really cool vibe out here because you can see the sun peeking through the trees just behind the tower. Then that bleeds into all this woodwork and all the cool features on the house. The only not cool thing is that I friggin' burned myself. I pretty much do this every time we grill though. Does it look bad? It's a little
Pretty
swollen.
gnarly.
Just a little reminder to you kids out there. The tips of these get hot. And if you touch them to your arm, it will burn them. We have made a feast. This might be too much meat for 2 people. I don't know, what do you think? Guess what we're drinking with our dinner, y'all? Crown Royal. We figured it was appropriate. We really never drink this, but I actually really like it. It's good stuff. It's just a little on the expensive side, at least in the USA.
They have the Moscow Mule cups, which I feel like is pretty fitting for the time. You
Yeah.
put some ale in here.
Here.
So in addition to the big, huge back deck where we're grilling, there's also this adorable little side deck that's meant to look like a drawbridge. It's so nice and pretty and just such a great little spot to sit and chill, take in the sunset, which is currently happening.
You look like a little princess up there.
Do I? That's all I do. Is that all the princesses do? Stuff with their hair and twirling their dresses? Maybe I'm like one of the sword fighting princesses. And you think that I'm just this cute little girl, and then I stab you in the gut.
Whoa.
And then I wear your head as my head and storm off into the sunset.
I really love all the vines that they have growing up the tower. It's actually really cool how they did this. Check it out. It's just this one root growing out right here, and then they put these 2 metal wires up. So the vines are actually growing on the wire and not on the building itself. That just seems so smart to me because usually it kind of like gets into the cracks and crevasses and kind of destroys the stonework, you know?
Up in the front of the house, they have this huge fire pit. But it's not just any fire pit. It's an alligator fire pit, y'all. There are so many cool hidden gems outside here. There's also some random, maybe dinosaur footprints over here. There's carvings into the stones. There's a pig coming out of the wall, and a bunch of random stone structures in the yard that we're not quite sure what they're used for.
We're in for the night, and how epic of a place to chill is this? It's so freaking cool.
Check it out, you guys. We're watching The Witcher. We figured we're in a castle. The Witcher takes place in castle-like areas and in some castles, so it's perfect.
Yeah, like it fits.
Yeah, we're trying to do the theme, right? Like grilling meats, drinking Crown Royal, which wasn't around back then, but it's Crown, watching The Witcher. But this has been such a fun little escape from the RV. Not that we're sick of it or anything, but just experiencing something like this is pretty wild. And
having space to move around for a night is nice.
And I can walk around and the whole thing doesn't go like this, which is pretty nice. True. But it is back to Clementine tomorrow. We are going to pick her up and head to our 3rd state. We are knocking them out, baby, and I'm so excited. Plus the weather's gonna be a little nicer, so maybe we won't sweat to death in the cab. Good night, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.